and we'll see you after that first map. And here we go, outro. Here we go.
Here we go, indeed. Coming on down here to the best of 3, starting things off into the semi-finals. It's going to be the last one. 9 Pandas versus 1win, starting things off to the CT side. 1win out here. We're going on immediately for this A rush. Ooh, it's going to be Ryujin to fall up first. Klax on the dualies, shuts him down. Yeah, going to be tough out here, but still the advantage keeps going for 9 Pandas. D1 in through the flash, through the smoke, just blind spams away towards the ramp side and manages to find yet another one. As D1 keeps on going, man, he doesn't stop. Klax as well. What a nice opener here to the pistol. Neelan left by himself, doesn't really know what to say or do. So instead, he'll just run away and count his losses, going for the next round. It's going to be the pistol round going for the CT side.
Nice pop flash there from Neelan, but it's pretty much the only thing worth talking about in the round there from 1win, as they just run into a stern defense on that A bomb site. Brilliant work coming through from 9 Pandas. Dilladez gets 2, Klax gets 3, round over. So that's a nice way for them to make a statement here coming into this series, because remember, like I said, 9 Pandas have picked Ancient, and it's a map that 1win haven't looked great on. So if 9 Pandas can win here on Mirage and take the series lead going into Ancient, that will put a lot of pressure on 1win.
Oh yeah, it will. Especially out here, seeing as 9 Pandas are going to be looking to try to do as many safe places as possible, to play it as seriously as possible, seeing as this might be their last turnaround. Like, this might be their last championship title that they can get out here into the 3rd online series for the CCT. So they're going to be going all out for it. D1 only good out here for 1 on the A1S, as the MP9 coming in from C's is going to be able to find 2, and the, well, SMG is going to be happy with at least 2 eco frags into this one, seeing as the kill bonus will be coming on through here. And if I'm looking at it correctly, I think 9 Pandas are also on a boot camp here. So they're all together. They're all ready to duke it out here in the end, as we go into the first full buy here for 1win for their T side.
Yeah, but light on utility. Would have preferred to have seen maybe 1 or 2 players drop down a notch to the Galil and afford a bit of extra util coming into the round, but they will have all the firepower at their disposal, and it's going to be Glowing looking to make a play in towards middle as well off the back of a flash. He's even got support there from Dilladez, and between them, they will find the opening kill, just looking to disrupt 1win, who really have nothing to show for that opening kill. They've just lost here as well. Just a couple players posted across the map, but not really gaining any significant control.
Yeah, all the control they have right now is only over apartments. So not even then, right? You've got Seized holding it down with the MP9. He threw away the Molotov, now plays in towards short, but the B-bomb side is still okay to work with out here for the CT side. As 1win. You can't even tell they've been left down to 4 players. It's like they only have like 2 out here onto middle, because you've got a pretty unresponsive Buster holding down in towards ramp waiting for a push, and right now it's the 2 players, Ryujin and Gio, trying to open up the midpoint here, and it is going to be a smoke on down towards Palace. Laid on out early, and here it is, D1, information gathered, Molotov out. Sinjuri out, there's the Molotov, down towards stairs. But yeah, very slow round coming out here for 1win on their first full buy.
Yeah, but they've actually done quite well to get themselves in the position they're in right now, especially with what little util they had to work with. So now they're in a position where they can try and get in towards the safe bomb site. They're going to phase through the smoke as well. Ryujin's on top of Dilladez, and he'll still come away with the kill, but they get cut down immediately afterwards. Buster desperately trying to get himself into the equation, but the time is so low right now. Lathic finds a frag back, but that time is adding so much extra pressure on the situation. Buster's actually going to look to try and find the plant, and Klax the smoke can't deny. So all of a sudden, 1win have got themselves in contention, but Buster goes down, and it's Lathic with 15 points of health in a 1v3. There's just no way he can make this one work.
I thought for a second the dualies actually found a headshot, but still, 9 Pandas will be able to get themselves up to 3 here. They do have a diffuse kit onto this balance, so he needs to get on top of it. And Lachik saves away an AK. Now this is going to be good because they will be having the hero AK, and they're still expending util out here into the end of the round, so they will be having to reinvest a little bit here, 9 Pandas. But not to worry, money is a plenty here for the Pandas. And the T side coming in from 1win, well, their loss bonus is maxed out as well. So they will be going in for a force buy most likely into this round around the AK. Lachik could even drop away another one to a teammate. Or is this going to be the eco call? How do you feel about this one, Hayes? I mean, they
I like
had enough
this.
money for a force buy.
Yeah, I like this, but we saw in the previous round they kind of went, not for a force buy because they got 5 AKs, but they were very light on util, so it would have been another sort of similar round here. So I like that they just take a step back, you know, they bend the knee and they say, all right, we know we won't have as much to contest this round with, but next round they're going to have the AWP on Latic, they're going to have all the utility in the world as well. So I think that this is the correct decision right now. And they've actually got themselves a frag as well.
Okay, well, yes, they have traded it back down towards middle, but now they will be heading on over to that B side once again. Seized. The man to watch is going to be on short, still being the solo anchor here for the B bomb site. 9 Pandas. They're thinking it could be a B hit. They've sent on down the AWP on IDIS balance towards it. Instead, though, look at the turnaround. Back to A. Smokes away into Sniper's Nest they go. We'll be checking away Murder Hole here. Depends on IDIS balance if he checks it away with the AWP as well. If he does, gets a little bit of damage away. And now Rujin gets spotted, but it's going to be up to D1 to try to hold it down from Connector as well. But the timing is not right here for one win. Lachik could have jumped on out from Connector, try to find the double up in towards jungle, but it doesn't happen. So now Buster and the Macton on Geo is going to try to hold it on down. And the Ninja player gets spotted. Klax doesn't matter, still left alive. 4 guns saved the next. 9 Pandas off to a brilliant start here for their enemy's map pick.
Yeah, loving life. And you can imagine, I mean, when you have a dead team, which we're, you know, assuming is the case here, with 9 Pandas just because of, you know, the rumored C's retiring or taking a step back and a couple players going to Cloud9, it goes one of two ways. Either everybody just, you know, kind of falls out of sync and doesn't really want to be there and is kind of just playing it out until the time comes, the expiration date arrives, or everyone's like, you know, let's really make the most of this last opportunity we have to play together. And I get the feeling it's the latter with 9 Pandas. I mean, they were deprived of their chance to go to the major by no fault of their own, and I just think they're maximizing these last moments they have together, which is wonderful to see.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the pregame as well, right? I don't believe they're just going to be backing down, and after having fought for so long in through the playoff bracket to try to get to this point, to just give it up because their expiration date is coming up. I don't think that's the thing that they really want to think about. I think they just want to maximize the time that they get together, and I don't think it would be that bad, you know, at the end of the day, to finish off your last stunt with 9 Pandas, with a group of friends, with a group of teammates that you've really gone through a lot with, to just end it off without finding first place, right? So
yeah, and it's Miles NXT in the final, the underdog from the previous semi, so it's a very winnable final for either of these teams. I think they're more beatable than Bait at the moment. Either way, have a look at the round here. 1 win waiting on the opposite side of the smoke. You've got Seized and Glowing in position. Oh, but Seized has been dealt with now. Glowing, they'll never expect him in this corner, but he needs a multi at the bare minimum. 1 will certainly not be enough. They now know he's in the corner, but they can't do anything about it. Wonderful work coming through from Glowing, and the setup was perfect between himself and Seized. So rare you see a bait and switch in apartments like that, but they've played it perfectly.
they did indeed. Buster trying to hold it down by himself, though, finds the double up onto the A side. It's too bad he doesn't have the bomb, because if he did, this round actually could have been winnable out here by Buster. And we don't get to see these moments often coming out of him, at least in recent standings. But now, it's still going to be 5-0 for 9 Pandas. Off to a great start is an understatement, looking at the amount of cash that these guys have right now. It's going to be up to 1 win to try to stabilize and get back. And their loss bonus has been maxed out for a bit now. So Lachik will be having the AWP in hand, sent away from Buster, dropped away onto an AK. And we are going to go into round number 6 here with another Eco Haze. It's not an AK dropped away, it's instead a Deagle.
Can you hear me, mate? You got me? Am I back?
I think you are.
Testing 1, 2. Sorry, I just had a little tech issue there.
All good,
all resolved, thankfully.
He's back into the server, and so hopefully it will be 1 win. But yeah, I asked you before, how do you feel about this one too, right? They go in for another eco around the op this time. It's not the AK.
I guess it's understandable because they don't get the bomb plants. They don't have that extra money to afford the AKs around the AWP, and they know with $3,400 coming their way at the end of this round, they'll have more than enough money to get the AKs and the AWP in the next round. So I think OneWin are making fine economic decisions here, but they're just not getting into the round, really. I mean, you can see that as a reflection from the kills they've gotten so far. I mean, I'm not great at maths, and even I can tally those numbers up pretty quickly. You know, 7 kills in 5 rounds just isn't a great look. So OneWin, yeah, gonna have to start pitching up to the server a bit more here.
I thought for a second you were talking about D1 being 7-1, and I was like, yeah, that's amazing.
Well, there we go. He's got 7 kills. That's insane.
Exactly. He's got just as many kills as the whole of OneWin do. So yeah, that is a problem. And the fact that OneWin also don't get opening picks at all. I think they've lost every single opening duel up until now. Right, so looking down to it, C spotted out one. I think he is calling in from reinforcements, and it is going to be the drop down in from the waterfall. But first one on to fall is going to be glowing, and then next up, C's finds 2, brings back to the USP, runs out of bullets, but doesn't manage to find any more. Time taken away, 3v3, and they're going to have to play for the retake here as Buster manages to get one with the Deagle. Well played from Buster. Shuts D1 down, and now it's Clax and iDisbalance to try to retake in from Kitchen, but no iDisbalance left anymore. Clax has to do it all by himself, 1v3 to try to find 9 Pandas still on the momentum, but it's not going to happen. OneWin pick up their first here onto an eco round, by the way. So economy is going to be looking good, and 9 Pandas, they're going to be reinvesting, but OneWin are back in the server.
Well, that's exactly what I was calling for from OneWin, is just to see a little bit more firepower. And there we go. The Deegs pop off. Great kill coming through from Buster to really get that control of the bomb site. And then Latic with his saved AWP is able to finish off the round. I mean, ironically, his AWP played not much of a role there to get them into the bomb site itself. The first 3 kills coming from the pistols. But then Latic, he does polish off the job. So OneWin get themselves on the board. Thankfully for 9 Pandas, they have lost to an eco, but it hasn't reset their economy. They've got enough money here to afford a full buy. Lose this next round, though, and it will be an eco afterwards. So OneWin have a pretty good opportunity to get themselves in a strong position here on their T side. As we see Clax making a move, but it's just going to be the 1 kill.
It is going to be a 1-for-1 trade, basically, onto the same side of the map. And, I mean, for now, everyone is kind of pulling through. I'm looking towards Gio, Rujin, Neelan, everyone out here from OneWin to have their moment in the spotlight, right? It's only the beginning out here for the first map. It's only the first 7 rounds. But they weren't necessarily playing like a team. Now they are, though, a little bit more as Neelan tries to open up here. Neelan, great check down on towards Seized. Doesn't get spotted away by that potted plant, and because of that, saves away this time around for another chance at life, but not for long. Neelan will still get shut down. Lachik on the AWP, just like iDisbalance, will be moving away out here in through middle, buying up space, having real estate. As Glowing shuts down Buster on that A site. It's a huge kill. They don't have an entry down to the A site now, and if Lachik gets spotted out here by iDisbalance, the round is over. 9 Pandas bring it back to the scoreboard.
I'm not even sure how OneWin get themselves into this round. They've just picked top connector and Molly Catwalk. There's 15 seconds in the round. They're going to have to go through their own connector smoke. Glowing is waiting for this. He's playing behind triple. He's playing this perfectly right now. Not giving away an inch. He's going to time his peak to perfection. This is a masterclass from Glowing on the A bomb site. Remember, he didn't take the bait. He didn't take the fake over towards that B bomb site initially. He stayed rooted on A. That's why he was able to get the kill on Buster. And at that point, just pulls the carpet out from underneath OneWin because they've got nothing to fall back on in the round. You know, great defense from the Yorpa iDisbalance on Catwalk as well to catch the first player, Neelan. And then I did like Jayo's smoke there. He throws the smoke to cover the cross, but then he doesn't commit to the cross. And they're not able to do anything in the meantime while that smoke still has life in it. And at that point, then 9 Pandas regain control, regain vision, and they're able to just shift their focus elsewhere.
Yeah, I think that's a great point to make. I don't feel like OneWin are committed enough right now into this Mirage. And they're starting out onto the T side as well, right? If you're not going to be committed, at least for a half, it should be on your CT side where you can actually play a bit more defensively and try to be passive about your plays. Because onto the T side, you're not allowed that luxury, right? So, yeah, OneWin, already 5 rounds down and onto a full buy. They lose this one. It's again going to be a bit awkward out here for them.
Oh man, big exec into the speed bomb site. Sees backpedaling, looking to try and get himself to a position of safety, but he's only going to be able to inflict damage, and that's round over. That is round over, but Glowing is forced forward by the molly, and if it wasn't before, it certainly is now. You can already see pieces shifting in the opposite direction. They want to save their guns, and, well, Seized is certainly, yeah, getting his work cut out for him right now in this last dance here against OneWin. They are asking a lot of questions on his end of the map.
They are. Right now, though, I mean, that's a good execute that we got to see from OneWin, right? Finally, we get to see them be together. They used up all of their utility. And, you know, it could have been looking like the kitchen sink a little bit because they actually used up mostly everything that they had into one single push. But it worked, didn't it? The flash went over the top. It completely decimated Glowing. It allowed them to get into the site. So more of that, please, coming out of OneWin as we move into round number 9 here. The first half, still not getting too close to a closed off first half, but we are already into round number 9. And so far, what's your biggest prospect coming out of this first map, Hayes? I mean, what are you looking forward to kind of see? Are you expecting an offset, a comeback, something? Really bring it back?
Well, I'm actually thinking the way that Nine Pandas playing, the way they're playing right now is very sustainable. I'm not expecting a huge drop-off. It's not like it's just one individual who's carrying them through these rounds. So I think Nine Pandas are looking pretty good. I think OneWin have their work cut out for them, and I'm a bit nervous about my prediction after seeing how the series has started.
So do you believe now in the 2-0 coming out for Nine Pandas then?
I do have a bit of faith in the 2-0 for Nine Pandas, yeah, with what I've seen so far in Mirage and knowing Ancients is up next. I think there's an increasing chance that could be the case here, mate.
Okay. Well, we'll find that out later down the line here after this first half ends. Because honestly, it could just be a little bit of that warm-up problem coming in here for OneWin. Again, it's their first best of 3 of the day, so we can't really be expecting too much the fact that they're not finding multi-frag after multi-frag, just like the rest of Nine Pandas are, just because this is the beginning of the first map. But if they're not able to actually make a comeback happen, then yeah, I might be asking myself a couple of questions as well. Until then, though, we get into this round, and it's very slow, again, coming in from OneWin.
Yeah, taking their time. 40 seconds left here. No lives lost on the server. Seas is going to have a job to do on this B bomb site once again, but Buster's looking to sell the fake. He's trying to take the attention away to that A bomb site right now. And, well, Glowing, he's the cat player. He's the really important one here. He's going to try and aid Seized's cause. Does get blinded up by the flash, and he gets taken down as well. Wonderful double kill on the entry coming through from Jayo again. That should be round over. Because if Idis Balance and Dilladez go down, they've got nothing to work with in this next round. Yeah, Idis Balance misses the catch jump, and he says that's probably enough to call it a round, mate. So, yeah, OneWin really hammering home on that B bomb site at the moment.
Yeah, they are, and it's good because at the same time, they're using that Na'Vi strat, that old Na'Vi strat of just waiting down the timer and then having one big push towards the end. I think Nine Pandas, I think C's definitely is getting a little bit of deja vu, right? But it works. For now, at least 2 rounds work. The thing is, though, Hayes, it can only work for so long, right? I mean, surely C's is going to be calling out for somebody else to be backing him up on that B side. OneWin have to start changing things around, too. And I don't know, we haven't seen a lot of mid-pressure being prioritized out here by Nine Pandas. So that could be another avenue of attack here for OneWin.
Yeah, it's definitely an element where OneWin are conditioning Nine Pandas at the moment by constantly hitting that B bomb site. And it's going to have to be something that Nine Pandas respond to. How do they adjust? Do we look to see them take more control in middle? Do they try and get a bit of a flank going earlier on in the round? That's not going to be an easy option because Buster has been controlling the opposite side of the map really well. So, yeah, I think Nine Pandas don't have many options available. Maybe they just need to double up the defense on the B bomb site here and give Seized a little bit more support.
We'll find out. But for now, Seized is still left by himself onto this B-bomb site. So, I guess good luck, have fun, Seized. We'll see if you can find at least 1 here. Imagine he gets 2. No, only good for 0. As the Ryujin shuts him down, half HP remaining onto him. The AK and the AWP definitely have to be saved away. I'd say glowing Clax, go have fun, try your luck at a kill. But besides that, I think should be round secured again here for one win.
Yeah.
And they find 3 in a row. Either way, this is not half bad coming out of them.
It's getting better and better as the half is going on, which is actually impressive to see as well. Even when one win don't start strong, they're still able to get the ball rolling. It might take a little bit longer, but it's not like they've just, you know, not pitched up at all here on their map pick. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here from them. I like the Counter-Strike on display, just how they're playing as a team. They're making very calculated decisions right now, R1 win. Quite a technical approach to Mirage T-side, I would say. Haven't really seen them just like running around middle, looking for gunfights, looking for picks, and then trying to get into a bomb site from there. In fact, there's been very little attention towards mid from one win so far.
Yeah. That's maybe going to change now that we have the double op setup in play coming out of 9 Pandas. Although Seized keeps on playing that B-sided anchor and most likely will be going short with it, it still wouldn't be bad to see a bit more mid-awareness out here for the Pandas. And they have sent away 2 players down towards A, one on site here onto the sniper's nest. And it is going to be the double setup finally out here for the B side. So things are changing. They are trying to adapt even though there's only 2 rounds remaining into this first half. They are going to be pushing on down. Gio, that's the nice startup frag into the round. Idisban's going to try to trade it out. Molotov on off though. And Idisban still manages to catch off one even in the flames. As there you go. 2-for-1 is definitely going to be boding well here for 9 Pandas.
Yeah, shift in direction from one win, and it's made life a bit more difficult for them. Great stuff coming through from the CT side, and now they don't have to take any further fights in that part of the map. They can just focus on the sites themselves. Look at Glowing. Push deep into apartments again. Himself and Seized have got that set up. This time Seized is going to take contact with an AWP. However, he has repositioned himself towards Cat, and he's going to have Buster to deal with, and that's exactly what he'll do. Nice shot coming through from Seized. His solution is that second AWP, and it has netted him a frag here. Nealon, he's in the belly of the beast, man, but it looks like Balance has a bit of a read on this. How do they go about getting in towards A is the question. You even have a player firebox right now. Clax has not given any information away. He will concede the bomb plant, but certainly not the round.
Yeah, he finds them both, wins out the round. Well played out here for Clax. I mean, he doesn't need to really worry about the bomb plan because at this point in time, it's only going to be the last buy into this first half, and they already had more than enough cash to really go in for this buy. So, well played coming out of 9 Pandas. Now it's going to be a question of whether or not it's going to be a 7-5 or an 8-4. In either case, pistol round is still going to be important, right? It gives the chance away for one win to start up their comeback, or it gives the chance for 9 Pandas to basically close this one out. So, again, still so important in MR13 out here, the pistol rounds. They cannot be underestimated.
Yeah, and the second round after the pistol round also carries a huge amount of weight. I think it's really important that 9 Pandas do get at least that 7th round on the board, considering how well they started this map. What up, was it 5-0, I think?
Yeah.
So, you know, if it ended like 6-all, that would have felt like a bit of a failure, I guess, in a way for 9 Pandas, with things tapering off as the half went on. But now they've locked in the half win at the bare minimum, so that's good to see.
Yeah, they did manage to actually capitalize on their initial win streak and keep it going a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing is, though, one win, they are still a team that can manage to find a comeback here in Clax. My goodness, that awareness to check into a palace. You don't usually do that. You just try to see if there's somebody pushed up in towards pillar, but apparently Clax just had his spidey senses tingling.
Yeah.
Now Seized even finding Grujin here. This is horrible for one win. They're just peeking in one by one.
Look at the minimap. There's 2 orange X's almost in an identical position in Palace. When would you ever see that? Like, you know, two X's in Palace in itself from 2 different players is pretty crazy. One from Seized with his second AWP, and one from a good clearance out of Clax. Glowing gets in on the act as well. And that pretty much locks in the round. Eventually, Latic will emerge from Palace as well, but Seized has actually tagged him up. He won't finish the frag just yet, but there's no way for Latic to make this one work, and he does indeed go down. 9 Pandas, 8-4 up here after that. CT side on their opponent's map pick, going to be feeling very good about that performance.
I mean, yeah, I would be too. This is a great start already to your enemy's map pick. You go into the T side though, and see he's called things out pretty well so far because we got to see them actually start sending away people back away to that B bomb side when it wasn't working. We got to see him actually use the double op setup to have a bit of an advantage in the long range duels out here in middle, especially onto A as well. So we can tell that Seized is feeling good today. He's able to call, he's able to perform individually as well, and everybody from his team is actually around him, helping him out here, not just working with nothing. So T-side calls are going to be really, really important here, and I'm looking forward to see what the veteran has in store for us as one win. Individually, they're not doing all that great, Hayes. I mean, Geo is trying, but besides that, they've kind of left the B bomb side empty. Nealon checks on in here, just taps away. Does manage to find the third. Hey, third's the lucky one. But only good for one as a +1 situation. Yeah.
And that means it's a man advantage for one win, but they're going to have to make this retake happen, and they do have a kit in play here on Gio, so at least they've got a bit of extra time to play with. Buster's been able to find a frag. Things looking pretty good. 9 Pandas realize they've got to make a move, and that move is in towards markets. 2 kills coming through, levels out the numbers, and that's going to send some chaos into the one-win camp now. Things were going very nicely for them on the retake, but they've had a spanner thrown in the works, and that spanner has a name, and that name is glowing. He's got himself a 2-piece so far. Dilladez will double down in the pistol round, and 9 Pandas have dealt a huge blow to one win by winning that pistol round.
They did indeed. So now, because they win the pistol round too, they are just that much closer to ending off this Mirage. But as you mentioned, the round after the pistol is very important. In this case, it's not, because it's going to be a full eco coming out of one win. It should be double digits for 9 Pandas, easy as that. But the round after that, when it comes down to the full buy, that's going to be the important one, round number 15. Because then and there, if one win lose it, it's game over. It's done, right? Economy's out the window. 9 Pandas are able to pick up 2 more rounds. They get to 12. It's done. But one win, if they're able to win that one, and it's 11-5, and they start making a bit of a comeback, then this could start being a series.
You're asking a lot, mate, for one win to make that happen, but you're right. I mean, they're not going to get much done here in this round, that's for sure, but it's going to come down to that gun round, and it's a must-win gun round for one win, no two ways about it. 9 Pandas keeping things simple and direct here in this anti-eco, as was the case in the pistol round as well. You know what blows my mind is that Buster is actually only 24 years old, which is crazy to think about, because he was a part of the original VP squad, and then Cloud9 after that as well for a year. And it feels like he's got so much experience. I mean, he was on a Vanguard before Virtus Pro, and he's only 24, so I'm actually really excited for the Buster Redemption arc, to be honest.
I mean, I don't really see it, because he has been around for such a long time, and we haven't gotten to see his best form in a while now. But think of it this way, he's been playing professional CS ever since, like, what, 2016? Which, oh my goodness, it's already, like, 8 years ago. He's been playing ever since he was 16 himself, right?
Yeah.
So...
But remember, the roles that he's been playing in the team have always been, you know, very unflattering for him. It's always been the guy in the background, making sure everybody else is happy and making sure everybody else is comfortable. So I think he's had a pretty tough time in terms of trying to showcase how good he is at the game, you know.
Yeah, but again, at the same time, he was 16 when he started, just like our current top pros right now, our current top prospects right now, like a Donk, like a Monasy when he first started playing. He was 16 as well. And there's so many 16-year-olds that are coming back into the scene right now, and they're doing absolute God's work out here in some tier 2, tier 3 teams.
How many of them have the skill set of Buster where they can support their team or play that lurker on the opposite side of the map as well as he does? You know, that experience is something that only comes with the years. Either way, let's put a pin in that conversation, because we have an execute here from 9 Pandas into the A-bomb side again, keeping things simple, just glowing above the smoke will actually go down, and, well, kills continue to come through. 9 Pandas get side control, but they still have to deal with Gio.
Yeah, Gio holding this one down, but D1 was ready for it. Back away to triple. I think he was checking down towards connector for the smoke, and yet still, he held it, and he just found a kill on down to Gio, which was much closer than he anticipated. But still, the kill goes through. A great execution from 9 Pandas. The Molotovs were pitch perfect into that one because they were just in between the smokes. They didn't actually get thrown down. And because of that, they even got a kill with the Molotovs. They went on into the site, planted away the bomb, and well, the rest is history now. 11-4. As 9 Pandas are just 2 steps away from ending off their enemy's map pick here and sending us straight into their own, which is gonna be, I think, even more interesting because it's gonna be down to that Ancient. And as as Exner actually put it away here, Hayes, he said that it's a bit of a counter pick into this battle, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's a chink in the armor for OneWin. We've seen they've been quite deficient on Ancients in recent times, whereas 9 Pandas thoroughly enjoy the map. Either way, I mean, they should be able to get themselves to map point here with relative ease, considering it's just pistols to play against. And it's rough, man. We saw a little passage of play from OneWin where they won 3 consecutive rounds and we were thinking, okay, game on. You know, this is the semi-final we were looking forward to. And since then, 9 Pandas have just left OneWin in the dust.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu from that first semi-final. I don't know what's in the air today, but it's definitely not momentum. Well, it's definitely momentum for one team, not the other.
Yeah. Difficult to break momentum today, evidently. Whoever gets that momentum going has just been able to go on and win the map. We've seen that in all 3 previous maps in the first semi, and it's been the case here on Ancients as well. Glowing clears out the smoke, he clears out Ryujin, Jayo goes down, and even though there are some numbers on the bomb site, they've both been dealt with decisively.
Yeah, the shots are just not going through out here for OneWin. They're not connecting. The crosshair is there, but the bullets, look at this. Finally, Neelan gets one done. D1 back to the graveyard, but now Neelan has to do it all. Ace clutch, otherwise it's game over, and he doesn't even have the defuse kit, even if he would find all the kills in that impossible scenario. So there you have it. 12 on the board, 9 Pandas off to a great first map for the semifinals. Seized really wants to get to that grand final and end off his last dance with a bang. And I think it's a fitting way to go about this one. I mean, honestly, if I was in C's position with all the experience he has, with all the legacy he's built up, alongside the old Na'Vi, alongside all the rosters he's been in, right, to get to this point in time, finally deciding, okay, I want to swap on over to that coaching role. I want to make something else happen. I'm going to have my last game out here into the CCT. I want to win it. And they're doing it in a dominant fashion as well, because they are showing their A game. They are showing that they still have it. They still got it, even after all these years.
I mean, I think Seized has been one of the most impressive prospects aspects is probably a better word of the past, like 18 months. Like, honestly, everybody had written Seized off. When you look at that old Na'Vi roster, Seized would have been the last name that you would have thought of. You know, you got like Flamey, Edward, Guardian. Those would have been the guys you probably would have thought could still keep it going in their career. But it's flipping Seized, man. Like, he's still out there in the streets. He's still leading his team. He's still fragging to a level that is, you know, good enough for this team to have been competitive, to have qualified for a major. So I really have loved watching Seized over the past, you know, however long it's been since he's come back. But either way, we're going to get to watch him a bit longer here on Mirage as well, because OneWin have been able to win this gun round by the look of things.
Yeah, well, it's not over yet. Seized and Clax are still left alive out here into the 2v5, and Seized already finds one, traded on back by Ryujin, though. Now it's over. Okay. Thought for a second there would have been an insane clutch coming out of Seized. They're alone on that B-bomb site, but Clax nowhere to be seen away here. Only going to be saving away the AK most likely, or maybe he's just going to try to find exit frags. I mean, that would be better, seeing their city side economy coming away here for OneWin. And Clax has more than enough cash to reinvest, but he doesn't have that sort of information, doesn't know what sort of buy the city side is rocking. So, got to be 12-5. I was talking about this with Trav in the last semi-final, by the way, Hayes, about how the curse of 15 is still a thing out here into CS2, but it's the curse of 12 now. A team wins out up until 12, and then they just suddenly stop winning. They just can't continue.
Well, I guess that's just the mental hurdle of life, right? Once you get to the finish line and you're on the brink of achieving what you set out to do, sometimes it can be difficult to just, you know, keep your head when you're that close, when you're within touching distance. And we've seen it on large scales before where teams do have choking problems, right? You think of Liquid in 2019 or Astralis back when they were TSM, like 2016 kind of thing. These teams were constantly getting in great positions, but then were just never able to, win that last round or get across the line to really win the championship or whatever. Either way, yeah. I wonder if that's going to be a problem here for 9 Pandas.
Yeah, I wonder. Latchik, great start to the Opera out here for the T side. It's going to be all disbalanced to fall. Finally, we get to see some life out of Latchik as he finds 2. Glowing picks up the AWP from the ground, though, and manages to make it his own as Buster's taken on down. If he can find Latchik as well, would be back away to a 2v2, a good 2v2. A good 2-4-2 as Geo moves on in through underpass. Gets a little bit of damage in. Doesn't shut down neither Klax or C's as they get into the B-bomb site. It will be the smoke on down towards Kitchen. Glowing forced off and broken away from his teammates. As it is a 3v4, but honestly, it's looking tough. Latchik whiffed a shot and left C's to stay alive for just a bit longer. Klax trading back down to a 3v3. And look at the HP values out here for Latchik and Neelan. They can't get back into the side by themselves. They need Geo to find this frag, and it's not gonna happen. Glowing headshot connecting, and there you have it. 2v3 now. It's all going wrong for 1win, and I think this is game over as Mirage is gonna get out of the flight. Latchik on 2 HP.
Oh, man.
There's no way.
That missed shot on Seized was a disaster. Then Glowing is able to get that ridiculous kill through the smoke as it fades. He was the bomb carrier, by the way, so had he gone down there, that would have been the end of the round almost certainly. But now it's the end of the map for 1win. Latchik has 3 opponents and 2 points of health. No way he's going to be able to make this one work, and there we go. Klax will finish off the job. 9 Pandas with a very impressive victory. Get across the line on their opponent's map pick. 13-5. That is clean.
Yeah, and well, the power of 9 Pandas is gonna keep them going on for longer, as this was their enemy's map pick and they take it. I mean, it was 16-14 off the back of a literal comeback. So Snur, we'll see you back away here. We're moving straight into the game, into the jungle, into Ancient, to be seeing how things will be going out here for the second map of the best of 3 and for the last semi-final that we have out here for the third online series for the CCT. The player break is going to be coming up after this as well, right? Hey, so it's definitely going to be a nice little bit of exciting end out here towards the end of the month. But yeah, here we have the start already. Latchik and Geo finding the first 2.
Yeah, Klax is making some moves of his own, though. He's been able to find himself a frag as well. And that's going to force 1win's hand in towards this B. Bomb side, Dillade's blinded up, still able to find a frag. Falls back to a bit more of a defensive angle, but will still get cut down. 1win starting off here nicely in this pistol round. Should be able to get it across the line. Seized is going to phase through the smoke here. He's just hoping that the timing favors him, although actually just tucks himself in the corner, waiting for Klax to join up. Of course, 1win are concerned that Klax could be on a massive flank right now, and Seized has been spotted, so there we go. That should be any chance in the round, if there even was any, for 9 Pandas. Now dashed, and it should be a formality here, Atro.
Should be. Out here though, Klax, imagine what he can do with his only 2 headshots out here really quickly. He does have the defuse kit as well and the smoke, but now time is definitely running away. So there you have it. Even though he finds the headshot, doesn't matter anymore. 1-0, 1win do manage to actually put up the pistol round on the board. Question is though, can they continue after this, right? Because it is most likely going to be a forced buy out here from the CT side. We could be seeing the incendiaries now come out as they are a bit cheaper. So 9 Pandas, they're not going to be, giving up this easily onto their Ancient, I believe.
Well, obviously not. They want to try and close this out in 2-0. As for 1win, they want to make sure they get this to a decider. This is the semi-final. It's not like this is a 1-1 Swiss stage game where you're guaranteed to come back tomorrow no matter what happens. This is the high-pressure situation, and this is where you've got to pitch up. 1win win that pistol round. Of course, if you're just joining us now, we had Mirage that preceded this. It was the pick of 1win, but they only managed 5 rounds on the map while 9 Pandas got across the line. So 1win are chasing the series right now, but we know how good these guys are. As I said in the pregame, not riding them off here on Ancient at all.
Scout picked up by a disbalance. It is the force buy and a great nade coming out there from Hull. It's going to be Neelan that threw it. Just balance down to 60, and it's gonna be Seized holding down in Cave out here. And towards Dark, a little bit of damage down towards the IGL, but not enough to really make a dent. Seized. He wants to go in through Catwalk here, and if he finds them both, the back turned away, it could be the double kill. Scout does not connect on a headshot. Ida's balance still tries his luck on the jumping Scout. Remember when that was game owned, but now Klax trying to hold it on down to 5-7. Ready to intake onto the A site. And no one yet pushes. 1win. They got stopped.
Yeah, it's looking a bit uncomfortable for 1win right now. They're really struggling to try and get themselves into the round here. 30 seconds on the clock. A fresh smoke kept them at Donut for the time being, but no more utility left now for the CT side, bar a single HE grenade. However, they do have their numbers on the correct side of the map right now. 3 players towards the safe bomb site. That's exactly where 1win are headed. They've left this one incredibly late. 15 seconds. Dilladez does not move a muscle with his M4. Swings at a moment's notice. Now it's all about the players trying to come through from A main. And they're able to find a kill between them. But that's going to be it. Dilladez with the sole rifle here for the CT side has found 3 kills. And at this point, Buster can just save his Mac 10.
Yeah, D-Let is very well played on that rifle. Now allows everybody from the CT side that was left over to pick up AKs and a Galil even on Ida's balance. So there's going to be a great buy coming into the next. And that's what I was talking about, right? 9 Pandas going to their forced buy, and now they take it away from 1win. They literally took their candy away. So now they're not allowed to capitalize anymore. 1win are going to be in a really bad spot, and only with a Mac 10 saved away, giving it on over to Buster. It's gonna be something coming on down to round number 3.
What makes that even more difficult for 1win is they've just lost the map before this. They've come into Ancients, and it's been a really nice start for them by winning that pistol, and then they just lose against the Force straight afterwards, and it's the Force on the CT side, and it's not looking like the Force back in response from 1win is going to be able to accomplish anything. Seized has been isolated in the corner here by Nealon, but now support's arrived, and Nealon's realized he's missed his window of opportunity. Oh, man.
Go away.
Nah, can't even escape. He's struggling to just move right now, and he's been locked in. I wouldn't want to be Nealon right now, mate. I'll tell you that much for free.
Yeah, I think death there is a sweeter escape than being put in whatever situation he was in. A flawless round coming out of 9 Pandas, especially on the force buy on the Tech Noise coming in from 1win. So it's going to be tough, especially out here for the T side, as they're going to have to go in for another eco. 9 Pandas are going to be capitalizing on that force buy and getting themselves up to 3. And the fact that onto that force buy, they managed to save away 4 people. Now they have a clean round going into 5 people saved away. Economy is going to start booming, right? They're going to have cash back to back into the rounds out here because they didn't die. So they need to reinvest. They need to buy up that full armor. So here they are, looking on down 9 Pandas. If they're able to go flawless in this one as well, they're going to be reaching 10k in the bank.
That's a scary thought.
It is very scary for 1win.
And pretty difficult for 1win to deny as well, because it's not like they've got any upgraded pistols bar the Desert Eagle here on Gio, so... Oh, 9 Pandas brimming with confidence, even making moves in the anti-eco, getting lane control here.
I'm also surprised that the Dig is actually being held on over to Gio, because Lachik actually was the one to find the frag into the last round. He could have been the one to buy it up, or could have even been dropped away the Deagle, just to be able to actually have a bit more of a kill bonus towards that AWP.
I think it's an overinvestment here from Jao now that I think about it, because 1win are only going to get, what, $2,400 when they lose this round? That's not enough for an AK armor and utility, and it's a bit of like a selfish pickup when you do that, when you pick up the Desert Eagle. However, he does get the opening kill on cue, as I say. That is another frag from his Desert Eagle as well, so what on earth do I know? Oh, okay. You know what? Someone just clip it and put it on Reddit, because this caster has no clue what he's talking about.
I mean, clip it and ship it, boys. That's Gio on a triple kill on the Deagle, making this round worth it out here finally for 1win. I mean, they don't manage to win it, sure, but they do manage to make a bit of an economical dent out here towards 9 Pandas. Even though it's going to be subsidized already by the reinvestment, no need to worry out here for the CT side. But still, at least Gio's going to have an AK and util now. So, we don't know what we're talking about, apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what, that was all me, man. Don't worry, you don't have to rope yourself in with me.
No. I was the one that brought up the discussion, why is Gio on the Deagle? But yeah, either way, Well played out here from him. The Estonian manages to find 3. And now, on the full AKs, it's going to be Clax trying to peek on in. Aggressive, but gets taken down because of it. And Ida's Balance is going to meet the same fate.
Oh, when Glowing wants to try and make a move as a result through middle, but he's been cut down by Raijin. Finally, a response comes through from Dilladez, and he's going to get ahead of the Molly as well. A very important little jump spot does come through from the player in A main there. That's Latic, and he realizes, hang on, Dilladez has gotten ahead of my Molly. We can't actually push into this A bomb site safely. So now they have to assess the situation, and it looks like they will double back in towards B here. There should be no way into this round for 9 Pandas whatsoever.
You say that, and then you realize D1 is still left alive, and he's done quite a lot up until now. Checking on down towards top middle. If Latchik gets taken down here, there is still a chance. He's gonna get peeked. Seized finds a headshot, not even taking damage away from it. It's gonna be the B-sided hit. There are 2 defuse kits out here and a full belt of utility for Seized. So they're moving in through CT, and they're gonna be attempting it. Yeah, there you go, Hayes. They're trying something.
I mean, they've got money, so it makes sense that they'd have a crack at it. Yeah, even damage inflicted would be welcome for 9 Pandas just to keep OneWin's economy honest after the investment in that next round. And so Dilladez will lead that charge. They've got a kit between them. In fact, they've got a kit on either player. They've also got a smoke and an incendiary. So plenty utility to be deployed here by 9 Pandas on the retake. And that will make life awkward and uncomfortable here for OneWin. Dilladez has found the frag and Raijin. They have to go for the wallbang. They have to go for the wallbang, but they're not. They're not attempting to deny the defuse, and 9 Pandas have won the round.
Oh my goodness, Seized is still left alive after that. I don't know where the wallbang was, but it wasn't certainly in this round as 9 Pandas pick it back up and find 4 in a row here, Hayes.
I'm just wondering where on earth is that wallbang from Nealon in cave? Because he knows his teammate is having to rotate from Jaguar through lane to ramp, so he can't do anything about the defuse immediately. Either Nealon has to push through that cave smoke and try and deny the defuse, or he has to spam the wall. But that's too easy for 9 Pandas. Was that a 5 versus 2? Oh my god, and they're losing this round afterwards.
It was at least a 4v2.
Yeah, it was for sure.
Well, now it's a new dawn, a new round, a new way for OneWin to try to take one of these sites, have the advantage, and then suddenly, poof, it all goes away. I mean, 9 Pandas, they are looking pretty damn good. I would say so. A 9 and 2 D1, Clax 6 and 3 as well. We're not worrying about the fact that Buster just wiped his head clean off the map right now. Because we don't have to worry about that. It's a 4v3 on 3 HP Buster.
Yeah, shouldn't be much of a concern. I mean, OneWin have got a smoke grenade between them here to try and make something happen, but damage would still be something to take away from the round if they could find another kill or 2 here. Notice the pixel angle Clax is holding with a smoke grenade drawn. As soon as he sees somebody cross, he'll just smoke off the entrance of Donut. Very passive way to play the position.
And it just keeps going from bad to worse out here for OneWin. They try to get 1 kill made and they lose all of their players here. As yeah, Buster goes down as well. If they held down the angle down towards middle there, they could have just walked on back towards T-spawn and tried to save away the 3 guns. Now, sure, you'll have a reinvestment back into the game, but it's still economy that could have been saved away knowing that you were going to lose the round either way.
Yeah, this is not looking like the start that OneWin would have hoped for coming into Ancient. They've actually... Oh man, it's been brutal for them. They won the pistol. They've lost 5 in a row since then. Not like there hasn't been a contest though. They've had some good positions in these rounds that they've been losing. They have to make sure they get across the line here in this gun round. Otherwise, I feel like things start to get too far. I feel like they get out of control at that point.
Yeah. I don't know. Personally, I think it's already gone out of control. Especially after that first map, 13-5 on your own map pick. Now you're not able to actually find yourself, even after the pistol round, any rounds to string together. It's not their day. And I was not expecting this coming out of OneWin. I honestly believe that OneWin could have absolutely demolished 9 Pandas if they were on the same form that they were on yesterday. But apparently that's not the case. They hit the mental reset button and they hit it in just the wrong ways.
Oh, look at Glowing's position. This is so fiendish right now because he's got Idis Balance who's covering the bottom of middle, allows for him to stay here, and this will never be checked by the T side. He's found great timing, but unfortunately it's only going to be the one kill. Had he rounded that corner a bit more before he shot, he probably gets both, but not the case. OneWin continue to edge their way forward towards this B bomb site. They've got seized on the side for self Idis Balance. Excuse me, it's Dilladez who's in support. And Util is reining in. Side control taken by Ryujin, but the bomb is going elsewhere. They're going A with this. This isn't necessary. I feel like they've overcomplicated the situation here, and now they're trying to go back to B because Ryujin has positional control, and he'll find the timing here on Seized as well.
3v3, trying to get back into side. 10 seconds left to plant away, and D1 is not going to let that happen. D1, beautiful on the A1S, shuts down 2 more. Now 5-second Lachik has to plant away the bomb here. Could have been hit away by DWP. Two double shots there with the no scopes, but it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna work out. 6-1. 9 Pandas are decimating again up against OneWin. And just nothing's connecting, Hayes. Nothing is working. They're taking so much time to get into these sites. They're struggling to win out the duels. They're not finding any opening frags. 9 Pandas are just doing it all.
Looking very good on an individual level right now, and I love that Idis Balance doesn't take the bait as well with the fake on the B bomb side. He stays rooted in Donut. He gets that kill, which then sends OneWin back in towards B. And it's not like that was the worst option in the round because Ryujin did get that frag on Seized, and then, you know, it looked like they were going to be able to get into the bomb side. But Dilladez, oh, I can't believe how good this guy is, man. 11 for 4. Great stuff from him so far here on Ancient. Not showing signs of slowing down anytime soon either, and 9 Pandas continue to make plays.
So now, it's another round, another force buy. We know how the T side works because we got to see this exact same situation back on Mirage. OneWin struggling on their T sides, and again, I was not expecting this from the calling, right? I was expecting Neelan to be much more proactive, much more aggressive, and yet still, they're on the T side, they're supposed to have the initiative, they're supposed to be driving these rounds, and Neelan is dead silent, right? Radio static coming in through here for OneWin.
Yeah, it's true. IGL having a tough time of it so far. Wouldn't mind seeing a pause here for OneWin just to try and break the situation down and come up with a solution. Look at this. 9 Pandas again have changed the look on the defense. This time it's 3 players in lane. Dilladez and Seized on complementary angles right now. Seized takes first contact, and he's even going to inflict further damage. He's even got another kill. That'll certainly make life more easy now for Dilladez, who's able to get a frag. Seized cannot be rooted out of position. Eventually, Latic will get that kill, but he's taken 50 damage in the process, and Idis Balance posted on the angle will finish off the round. A masterclass, an absolute masterclass from 9 Pandas on the CT side so far.
How are they allowed to get away with that? They took lane control, okay, I get it. But OneWin, you either go back and don't fight, or you all go out at the same time. They were peeking into Seized one by one. They weren't even checking left side. And once they did, it was Idis Balance on the AWP. It was just everything going wrong out here for OneWin. And this isn't the team that I was expecting to be stomped on double doors for lane control out here on Ancient, right? This is not one of the teams I was expecting to see that out of, and yet this is exactly what we got. So a tactical pause much needed out here for the CIS squad. OneWin. They don't have many rounds left to really bring it back on here.
And the problem is, it's not like they're going to be able to do much here in this round either, because they're going to be reduced to pistols. Oh, man. OneWin just off the boil completely here in the semi-final. Stark contrast to what we saw out of them yesterday against Furia.
Yeah. Unexpected to say the least. I mean, I think a lot of people got a lot more hopeful about this roster, and I think they... But me, myself included, I thought definitely we would see a new iteration, a new wave of talent coming out of this OneWin roster. And I'm not saying that we won't, as Gio is holding this one by himself, is going to go down to the 5-7. I'm not saying that we won't, but at this point in time, we're not seeing it right now in the semifinals, where it counts even more than it did up against Furia. So,
I mean, is this an indictment of how bad the Furia roster is at the moment, that this 1-win team beat them 2-1 in a quarterfinal
I wouldn't
matchup?
say that, but I would say could have perhaps been a fluke. Now, I don't like saying that lightly.
It's got to be one of the two, so
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Either way, what I will say is 1-win just haven't pitched up here the way we were hoping.
Yeah. I don't like to call teams having flukes often, because flukes are not something that you get just on a random day, you know? But, I mean, right now, with how things are going, Ryujin pushes into the side, and oh, look at that, right? You're never supposed to be losing that duel. Even if you get traded out, you're supposed to at least find a frag, even through the flash, and that didn't happen. So I think that's just a testament to how 1-win have been shooting just blindly and not connecting.
I don't know how C's has gotten 2 kills from that position. That is absolutely ridiculous. He just continues to get these unusual, highly unlikely multi-kills. Great stuff from him. Klax now wants to peek off the back of a flash, and he will find himself a frag on Neil, and he doesn't get tunnel visioned in by Latic, who's... Oh man, he's just trying to be too flicky with it for my liking. I know he is a very flicky AWPer in general, but... sometimes he just has to take like that extra fraction of a second to line the shot up to guarantee the kill. They know there's a player in the corner as well. Ida's balance has him cooped in, and he wants to force the frag. He's landed the leg shot, the pistol will finish off the job, and the 9th round is waiting in the wings for 9 Pandas.
Yeah, I mean, it's 9 Pandas on 9 rounds, 1 win on 1 round. I guess they're keeping it lore accurate. They need to, but apparently they are. So 1v3, Lachik, 25 seconds, good luck, have fun. Round is most likely going to be over here.
Yeah.
With this round being over, it's mostly going to be signaling away the end of this Ancient as well, because a 9-3 split, how are you supposed to come back from that, even on your CT side? It's not even your own map pick. Yeah,
it's a good question. You know, for a team who have historically struggled on the map, Latic will not even be allowed to save the AWP. When you look at 1-win's history on Ancient, they prefer the T side. They have a 56% win rate on their T side Atro and a measly 38% win rate on their CT side. So that statistic paints a very bleak picture here for 1-win, considering they're down 9-1 and on their favorite side right now.
And the half's not even over. I mean, Siege is allowed to get away with 2 on that one, as you mentioned, and then they just get absolutely decimated. This is 9 Pandas on their top game right now. Not only Seized having amazing calling, not only D1 Idis balance, Klax even finding all these amazing frags, it's everyone coming together and really showing us how a team in the semifinals is supposed to look like. Whereas 1-win, they are getting outclassed right now, and I wasn't expecting it. I'm gonna be very frank with you. I was expecting 1-win to be showing up much more than this.
Yeah, you and me both, man. We stuck our necks out there with the prediction. Either way, Ida's balance on a far more passive position. Look at the changes we continue to see. The switch-ups here from 9 Pandas on their CT side are wonderful to watch. So much... They're so dynamic with their setups. They've got so many different setups to fall back on. However, a lot of space has been afforded to the T side in towards mid. You know, you got C's who's watching from an incredibly passive angle, and that means rotations won't be easy from those B players to support the A players.
I mean, at this point in time, I don't even know how their communication is looking like, if they're really putting those questions on the board or not, because on 9 Pandas' side, I'm sure it's all happy and smiles. Everyone is just focused on clearing out the remaining couple of rounds that are left into this first half. And for 1-win, I just pray that it's not dead silence into their TeamSpeak right now, because honestly...
Well, they're professionals. You got to assume it isn't, right?
You gotta assume so, but you never know how morale can impact you, especially in a semi-final game.
The molly was perfect there to root Klax out of position, but somehow he's still able to get a kill before he goes down. Buster will open up the A-bomb site, but only with the 1 kill. Idis balance has forced the issue. He's been able to get himself in on the equation, but you know what? It's been reduced to the 1 versus 1. Dilladez against Nealon. Nealon commits to the bomb plant. Dilladez goes for the wall bang, not actually able to get the kill on Nealon. He continues to creep his way forward, but Nealon will adjust, and Dilladez, I don't think he needed to go for the wall bang there. Once he realized Nealon was planting, could have kept creeping his way forward, but 1-win have won an unlikely second round here.
Yeah, I mean, Before what happened up against Furia 2, it was OneWin managed to find a huge comeback of around about 8 rounds to get them back into the game. But that was all the way into overtime, right? That wasn't in the first half. And Neelan was the thriving factor behind that push. So he was the thriving factor behind them actually winning out that big best of 3. So if we can get to see Neelan back on stage here and manage to somehow find like 10 rounds back to back, then I would start believing again. But for now, that's not the case. Klax shuts down Buster out here in towards lane. Makes this one a 3v4. Half HP onto Klax, sure. But there are diffuse kits still left remaining out here for 9 Pandas. They could be playing in for the retake if they wanted to, but I don't think they would. Like this balance, just holding down the line here. Stays in front of the Molotov and still connects on Gio. They thought it was Molotov. They thought no one would peek the angle. This balance is still here. Ryujin finds another, but this might be the end of the call here for the first half.
I mean, I'm not counting OneWin out of this. With the way they won that previous round, they need that third as well, but it's going to come down to Lasik on the open again. He misses his shot, so yeah, maybe I was off the mark on that one. A dominant display coming through from 9 Pandas on the CT side means they rack up double digits in the first half on Ancient. That is so good, and look at the kill distribution as well, everybody. It's between 14 and 10 kills right now on that CT side. That means it's a really well-rounded team performance from them right now. It's not like it's just one guy carrying them through, and you know what? It's exactly the same as Mirage, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. On Mirage, we got to see everyone pull through here for 9 Pandas. We get to see the same exact performance again. This is the sort of consistency that I wanted to see, and this is the consistency that got 9 Pandas into those RMRs and into the major, right? They would have gotten those stickers, but well, in the end, it was very unfortunate they didn't. But I'm just wondering if they're able to beat OneWin like this, and if they had that form back into the major, how far along could they have gone through their run? You know, it makes you question it. But now,
it does.
Before we get to that question in time, it's going to be round number 13 here with Neelan going on down the T side, being so aggressive down towards CT spawn. This balance finds 2, gets traded on out, but jumping away, Glowing still somehow gets away with it. Sees, struggles on the P250, still connects on the shot. Bye-bye indeed. Buster left in a 1v3 on the other side of the map. Bomb's gonna get planted. And Hayes, this is looking like the end out here, honestly.
What in God's name is this pistol round? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now, because it was looking so good for OneWin. They had the player posted in the corner, CT. They then had the quick rotations from the B players as well, which caught 9 Pandas trying to push in towards Temple. But no one's able to land their shots. You know, the second T who pushes through into CT as well actually clears the corner. I think it was Neelan in the corner who's just hating his life at that point. Like, why have I been checked? Oh my goodness, Buster's going to recover the kit. He's got Kevlar as well, but now they know where he is, and man, it just feels like 9 Pandas have the Midas touch at this point.
Yeah. Everything's looking golden indeed for them. 11-2. Next round, again, important for OneWin if they do want to somehow make this one possible for a comeback. But even I barely believe the words that are coming out of my mouth, right? So I don't know if they do it to themselves as Buster shuts them both down. Okay, that's good at the very least. He does manage to find a little bit more kill bonus to try to get into this round and force buy, as everybody else around him will. But it's still at 11-2, right? That doesn't change that fact. So
yeah, I mean, OneWin are going to go for the force buy here, which is understandable. I mean, obviously the opposite school of thought is you take the eco. At that point, you know 9 Pandas are going to go up 12-2, so you have to win 10 rounds in a row. On your CT side, obviously a very tall order, but the risk with this approach is if you lose this force buy, then you're not even guaranteed a gun round in the entire half, right? You're not even guaranteed to get one gun round to try and show everyone what you're capable of. So it's a big roll of the dice coming through from OneWin right now. Oh, did Ryujin catch a glimpse of Klax? I think he did. Not sure though.
don't think they did yet, and even if they did, they're not going to be going away from their positions. At the very least, OneWin are still keeping up their post, which is nice. So Ryujin pushes up onto Klax, shuts him down out there onto Temple, and it is going to be, well, onto main, and it is going to be, well, the mid push on down towards Lachik to try to deny them. Yep, Deagle doesn't get anything done there. It's going to be back onto the B side with two people trying to hold on down. Buster, good one on the headshot. The Deagle finds something. D1 traded on down though. And now, yeah, Buster in a pretty tough position, has the defuse kit, has the armor, sure has a flash to work with as well, but he's left by himself now. Coming in from CT, it is going to be Neelan helping out though, 25 seconds and half HP onto D1, spotted but not taken out just yet. D1, oh, doesn't get anything to work with. One win, do manage to put up another round on the board at the very least.
Yeah, very good work coming through from them. A great rotation into the B-bomb side. I thought 9 Pandas were very extra with their approach as well. Trying to wrap around into B, split the B-bomb side is not really the way you normally go about things. And I guess it was a product of the situation and with, you know, how they were forced to rotate away from A and make their way elsewhere. But one win that force buy, and I actually think Neelan is the real hero with the way that he forces himself into the equation by pushing ahead of that smoke. I don't know if he was ahead of it or if it bloomed after, but coming into short meant he caught those 9 Pandas players off on the B-bomb side completely. So great impact out of Neelan, and means one win are still alive here.
They are barely clinging on to life. Another force buy though coming in from the C side, and imagine this Take 9 wins out the duel. Oh, it doesn't. Beautiful flash coming out of Neelan, finally employing that utility as you should have long time ago. One win. Find themselves on an opening frag. The advantages are finally going back to their court, but I don't know, Hayes. I don't want to say too little too late because it's not, but it's a long road ahead. And it will be a B push. Happening on down in the second here as Neelan finds the second. This balance doesn't have the time to really flick back onto the headshot. So there it is. Another round of the board here for one win. Should be the next one as well. Making it 11-5 as there is no cash out here for the T side. I'm Pandas. I think they're starting to get a little bit... they're getting cold feet maybe just a tad bit. Until at least they stabilize the economy.
And that's the right decision to make here, just settle for an eco. I'm trying to just cast my mind back here. I don't think 9 Pandas have ecoed once in the series. Is that an accurate statement?
No, they did once with that AWP. And they managed...
Was that not Latic on the hero orb?
That was Latic on the... Yeah, you're right. No, they didn't eco once from what I remember.
It's crazy to think that we played like 15 rounds plus 18 rounds on the previous map, and 9 Pandas haven't had to eco once. So
wow.
That's a reflection of how easy life has been for them so far in the series.
And not only that, but how aware Seized has been of his whole team's economy and the enemies as well, right? To be able to hold it up there and the amount of advantage they had on that Mirage. No, but surely, no, they did eco once, Hayes. They did eco once when one win found 3 rounds in a row. Back on Mirage.
Alright, you got me there. That's fair enough.
They did do it then. But besides that, you're right. They didn't eco once. So the fact that we get to see it now, it's definitely...
It's a rarity.
It is.
And they shouldn't be able to get anything done here either. It's just blocks. No utility either, so...
Don't say that. I saw a USP round yesterday.
No, it's all okay. Ryujin gets 2, Latic gets 3, and that's the end of the round. There we go. Wrap it up.
Okay, sure. I mean, you say that, Glowing and D1 managed to find frags each, but...
Oh my god.
Glowing on the Galil now, peeks out wide, swings, and goes down. Neelan finally back in the server, though. Imagine Neelan wasn't up to par there, falls down as well. Galil still in the hands of Glowing, he gets the bomb planted. At the very least, that would have been an insane eco coming out for now.
Well, I mean, I would still say it was a successful eco for them getting 2 kills. I mean, the bomb plant would have been a really nice addition. However, here we go. This is actually the first gun round of the second half. And there's a Galil on the table for Seized. There's no AWP for Idis Balance either. So this is actually a good chance for one win to start to stake their claim here on Ancient. You win this gun round 11-6, anti-eco 11-7. At that point, we feel like we got a bit of a game on our hands. So let's see if one win can make it happen here in this gun round.
Finally waking back up here into the CT side. And most of these rounds have actually been on the back of Neelan, by the way. So don't put all your faith in a single man to do it all. Because if that man goes down, then it's going to get tough. But Buster wins out that duel, even through the flash. Well done. Falls back down to 28 HP, but now 9 Pandas have lost their top fragger. And instead of backing away and trying something else, they're going to be doubling on down and trying to peek on down towards this cave position, looks like.
Yeah, because they know that Buster Buster was dinked, or at least he had had a significant amount of damage dealt to him, so they're trying to find him here. But there's actually been so many rotations. Buster in the corner doesn't get cleared by Seized, so he's able to get a frag back, but now there's nobody else on this B bomb side. Ryujin is rotating back in direction, but he's going to have to retake here. Well, OneWin have got the man advantage, but they kind of missed the trick on where they should be positioning themselves. At least for OneWin, it's taking 9 Pandas a bit of extra time to get the bomb on the site itself, so they'll be a bit further forward on these flanks and rotations. Ryujin is ahead of the molly. Oh, and he gets both of the kills as a response.
Does indeed. Clax, last man standing, 1v3, 20 seconds left remaining. He's going back away to CT here, spotted out Ryujin. Shuts him down, but 15 now on the clock, and he needs to go to that bomb. Doesn't know where Lachik or Nilan are. They're both going to be peeking into the side at the same time, but it doesn't matter. Clax does not find the headshot onto Lachik. The AWP continues on the rounds, and OneWin do indeed start putting up a couple of rounds here. They might be making it a bit closer, as they're only 5 rounds down now, whereas before it was the 11-3. Actually, the 11-2, wasn't it? So...
yeah, it was. It was
Nice.
indeed, because 9 Pandas won the pistol round to start things off here, so they were in a very good position, but things have tapered off a bit since then.
Although, I do just want to see a blind rush out here from 9 Pandas. I mean, they don't really have anything to lose, and all the more to gain out here as Clax manages to shut down the IGL. Geo is going to be trying to hold it down. Checks it to the left side of Dark for ramp, and will be falling. D1 with Tech 9 start running into the site. Oh, I disbalance is on the A1S as well. There's no way this is how they fall. OneWin, you had a bit of momentum. There's no way. No. There's still a 2v4 out here. They don't have that much armor. Well, actually, they all do have armors.
The problem is, they can't afford to go for it. I mean, they get $1,400 if they lose this round. That's not enough for a rifle for Ryujin. It's not enough for an AWP for Latic. I guess one could be dropped, but they're not even considering this one, Atro. 9 Pandas on the eco have dealt a killing blow here to OneWin. You were asking for something punchy with the Tech 9s. It's exactly what we've gotten, but, you know, guys, let's just... oh man, let's spare a thought here for Jayo. He doesn't really do anything wrong there, right? He's just trying to clear out ramp. He's trying to clear out the corner, but the timing was so brutal for him. Seized his left into Ryujin. He's taken him down as well. Latic will be able to save his AWP, but what a way for 9 Pandas to get to map point.
Oh, this is just everything that OneWin were having in their nightmares come alive out here for them, right? They're on the comeback and they lose to the Tech 9s. Not to the full buy, to the pistols. It's just, yeah, right now. It's game over, right, Hayes? I mean, I'm going to say it. I didn't want to. I wanted to keep the dream alive out here for the OneWin squad. But it's not looking like it. Oh, D1, especially not with plays like that. The double kill down middle. The flash from behind from Balance, the smoke. Everything's working in favor of 9 Pandas. And Seized and his group are about to send OneWin home away from the CCT semi-final. Sending themselves on over. Or they could be finding themselves onto this 5v3. Making it a 3v3 now as Lachik and Geo brought it back. But they're down to low HP here, Hayes, so I don't really have that much trust.
Yeah, I mean, considering it was a 5v3, it does look better for OneWin, even though they do have low HP on a couple players. Caesar's going to be making his way onto that site with the bombs. There's going to have to be a retake. At least they've got the kits in play, a little bit of utility to work with as well, but they don't have a Buster. At least the trade comes through, but the problem is that Buster was the one full health player they had on their team here for this retake. So Jayo and Latic have to get it done. They make up 50 health between the two of them, and that bomb is ticking away at a rate of knots. Jayo's gone all the way around towards the top of mid, and he's been spotted out as well.
Lachik gets one, at least on Seized. Balance, last man standing, doesn't even check behind. Oh my goodness, nerves of steel coming out of Balance. Checks in behind and finds them both. Oh, there you have it. 9 Pandas, they managed to take this one away 13-4 after winning out Mirage 13-5. Semi-finals over. These guys are straight through to the grand finals to be meeting up with Mouse NXT to see who's going to be the winner out of this CCT.
That is insane.